Hey everybody, welcome back to Atlanta Motorsports Park on a warm spring afternoon for another one-lap review. This is Burton's 2026 911 GT3. That makes it a 992.2. Mods include a Girodisc steel brake conversion with Girodisc endurance racing pads and a set of Kumho Exta Sport S tires. These are 260 treadwear tires, and a set for this car costs $1,000 less than a set of Michelin Cup 2s. On the interior, we see the car has a manual transmission, and we've just installed a numeric racing shifter at Wolfpen. For 2026, the lightweight carbon bucket seats now fold, and the headrest cushion is removable to make room for your racing helmet. This car also has a Soul Performance exhaust, which includes headers, sport cats, and valved muffler. It sounds great, but unfortunately it's too loud for AMP's county enforced sound limit, which is 98 decibels at 50 feet. That means I'm gonna have to short shift to avoid getting black flagged. So we've got kind of a strange case of mods that are going to slow us down. Even the manual transmission is probably going to cost a second or two compared to the PDK, but who cares about lap times if you're having fun? I've disabled the auto blip feature so I can heel toe the downshifts myself. Let's see how she does.
Tires feel completely different now that they're at 27, 28 PSI. A little squishy. 260 treadwear seems like not enough for this application.
By the way, I'm laughing because of how ridiculous it is to shift all the way to 5th gear before turn 10, but this is where one of the microphones is located.
Got a nice track alignment on this car. It's feeling pretty good. These tires do have a good amount of grip. We've not put any significant heat in them. Oh, wind buffeting is awful. Brake pedal feels phenomenal. Ooh, understeering like crazy. Shame to short shift it, but we gotta get a lap. Rotates really nicely. Woo. Oh, that buffeting is horrendous. All right, we'll see what we can get away with. Not enough grip.
I've decided I'm going to revise my own rules for these reviews and allow for multiple laps to determine the leaderboard time, which means that the 128 I did in Alex's 4RS a few weeks ago is going to count and move him to the top of the leaderboard. Requires so much concentration. Probably do a little better than that, but not much. So holding back with this car is difficult. It puts another thing to think about in your mind. Instead of driving it as hard as you can, you hold back. That said, what are we losing from that? A couple seconds maybe. It really feels like the tires are, in my mind, not up to the task, but to be fair, I didn't really get heat into them until that last lap. They do grip pretty well. There's a characteristic maybe of the sidewall being a little squishy that I'm not sure I like. The shifter is very precise and very satisfying to use. I did have trouble downshifting into second once or twice, but I think that's just a practice thing. This car is going so fast and it's capable of so much that you can't keep up very easily, especially when you're new to it. I can see why people say that putting a manual in one of these makes it so much harder to get to the potential of the car, because you're asking a lot of yourself as a driver. Whew. Super cool, and really fun too, but a challenge. And I think the brakes feel good, also takes some getting used to. The tires, I get it, you're going through them like crazy, and you want something that you can learn the car with without spending too much money. I'm not sure if this is the tire for this car. As is, holding back, not being able to push to the limit, and it's my fault, not the car, but I need to
really learn how to drive it. I'm going to rate that experience an 8.8.
Well, there you have it, a pretty good lap time. A stock GT3 is going to be a 9.0 on my rating scale, so this one lost some points for the tires. I think the Kumho is a good tire, but I don't think it's worthy of the mighty GT3. It's like spending 15 grand on a Hawaiian vacation and then walking around the whole time wearing $5 gas station flip-flops. It just doesn't make sense. But we're not done with this project just yet, and Burton is committed to getting this thing dialed in as a dual-purpose track day and mountain drive car, so it will be interesting to see what the next steps are. Thanks for coming along for the ride. We'll see you next time.